Paid for by Citizens for Ken Lanci. Joseph Casaro, Treasurer.
There are a lot of components to putting together a successful political campaign. We've taken the time to put together a list of a few of them. One of the things that has really been picking up lately is the advertising and PR. Of course, Ken has his television show, he has 2 radio shows, and lately he's been doing commercials on radio and television. One thing, too, as we get closer to the election, it seems that the newspaper and the television stations are getting more interested in the county executive race and more interested in Ken Lanci.
By the way, did everybody see the Asian newspaper? It's a statewide publication. It's got Ken on the front.
The Erie Chinese Journal, yeah, very nice.
It's got a full-page article in the middle of the paper.
Wow, very nice.
Oh, that turned out, yeah.
Very nice.
We had another person in from another paper
Publication.
that this was laying out on the table. And
He thought that we paid for it, and I said, well, they did that for us. They wrote the article, it was
Right.
free. He didn't know what to say, then he's like, well, we'll do that for you. So
Great.
we got a full-page
Great.
article coming up.
Yeah, that's a very nice article, and very grateful that they did that, and we'll have to send them a special thank you.
Absolutely.
Very nice, very nice.
Now it's time to kick it into high gear, but so far, so good.
Party's over, our frustration. Either side, there's no salvation. But now, my friend, we finally get another try. In the end, please don't let this chance go by. Seize the moment, 'cause when it's gone, then it's gone. Seize the moment, 'cause when it's gone, then it's gone. If you don't want the same old players to play the same old song, seize the moment, 'cause when it's gone, then it's gone.
Name recognition. How could you start a campaign with less name recognition than Ken Lanci did? Here's an independent business person who's kind of a quiet business person, not part of the mainstream business community, not one of the more famous companies. Almost nobody who knows you except your family and your friends.
We're going to run a campaign differently than everybody else. No independent has ever won. We've been told that no independent can ever win, and so we're going to change that.
So Ken Lanci decides to start to do a few things that were very evident. Early on, we started to do advertising on billboards and on RTA buses around Cuyahoga County. And at first it started out people saying, it was kind of a novelty, hey, I think I saw you on a bus. Ken even wrapped 6 RTA buses with his visage. So rolling down the street is this larger-than-life picture of Ken Lanci and his name all over the place. It looks terrific. I didn't know what a wrapped van looked like before, but it's really being part of a great campaign to have great name recognition early on. People were worried about that because Ken hasn't run for office before, and pretty outstanding day today. Well, the reason you do those types of things is to establish some name recognition, because the average voter needs to know the name of the person they're going to vote for from 3 to 7 times. Running as an independent candidate without a political party backing, you have to even establish yourself more. So you give a lot of speeches and you talk to a lot of people and you go anywhere there's more than 2 people gathered. And we've done that all year long.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful East Cleveland Library, located in the lovely city of East Cleveland, and welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, who are vying for what is one of the most important offices not only in this region, but in the state of Ohio.
All the candidates had a lot of good information to share today. I think Ken really did a good job. He hit his points home. He's going to be of the people, for the people, by the people. He's going to work for everybody. He's the true independent, and I think he showed that here today.
Up next to the podium, we have Mr. Ken Lanci.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Bibb, Mayor, Council President. It's a pleasure to be here today. Well, today we just finished the East Cleveland Forum at the East Cleveland Library, and another forum, not a debate, where we were answering questions, gave an opening statement, Things went well. I am going to be the first candidate that has taken no political money, no PAC money, or no corporate money, and be able to work for all the people. Greater Cleveland, which was known as the best location in the nation, will be known that way again under me. Thank you all very much. At the end of the day, what we have to remember is that, the Democratic machine is what it is. It's the fox guarding the hen house. Look at the relationships. You'll see nothing has changed. It's just the conversation has changed. We're not them, and we're new. Well, the only new is me. I'm new. I'm independent. I'm working for all the people, all the time. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming this evening. It's been a pleasure to see all of you, and we're going to make some changes here in Cuyahoga County if you give me the chance. And we've worked hard up to this time. It's been several months, and I expect that the home stretch here in the last 60 days will be no different. We've had over 800 meetings and events since I started. We expect to do as much for the next 2 months. So thank you all very much.
You, your family, are giving a lot of your time, your energy, and your money for the county executive position. Why are you doing this?
I'll try to make it a short story. I was born in Cleveland on 110th and Woodland. My family was on relief. My father went into business. He made a deal of a lifetime and bought it for $1. And what I realized, even at 13 years old, that if it looks too good to be true, it usually is, and it was. He actually bought debt, okay? He bought the stock of a company. He went bankrupt when I was 15. So I learned business and hardships of business early. When I got to the point where my father was very depressed, my mother became ill, I decided, I was actually drafted in the position of helping the family. And I did it. You don't question it, you just do what you have to do. I had a friend who was in trouble, who needed some help with the IRS. So I went and I represented him and solved his problem. And then a few months later, he had another friend of his that had a problem with a bank. He came in, said, I'd like you to help him, not a problem, solved his problem. He said, send him a bill. I said, I sent him a bill, I'm a high school graduate, He said, no, you're a consultant. I said, I'm not a consultant. He said, send him a bill. I said, well, what do I send him a bill for? He said, send him a bill for $1,500. I sent the bill. 2 weeks later, got an envelope, opened it up, check, Ken Lanci, $1,500. He said, I'm a consultant. And that was the start. That was the start. I've done mergers and acquisitions, which is the merging of the departments and the new charter. I've done turnarounds, okay, which the county definitely needs a turnaround, and I've done startups. And this is a new government that has to go into place. So this is exactly what the skill set that I have is. So that's why I'm doing it. And
I have a question. I want to know if I heard this right. I heard that when you were a kid, you were on welfare. Is that correct?
well, my parents were. Yes.
Okay.
They were on what was called relief at the time.
So how did you get so rich?
Well, it's a short answer. It's a short answer. It's with hard work and the grace of God.
Right.
That's it.
Amen.
Ken, I think a lot of what the county executive is going to have to do is work with a lot of cities, communities, and the state. Do you feel capable of doing that and getting them to help what Cuyahoga County really needs?
Yes, I do. People have said to me, you're not a politician. I mean, this is, you're going to have a really hard time when you get in there because not having that experience is something that's going to be an impediment. How are you going to do this? How are you going to migrate through this? It's really simple. As an independent, I have no party. I have no allegiance to anybody but all of you. I am going to go to Columbus, meet with whoever the governor is, and make sure we get our fair share.
What can I say?
say but the very best. A+. A+, he did great. You know what, all those question and answer, that's him. He answered them from his heart, how he believes, what he's going to do, and I'm excited. We have just a couple months, and the people were energized, and we had a wonderful evening.
Every time I get the chance to hear Ken, he tells me something new. He tells me something inspirational. He's been about 800 meetings in the past 6 months. I've probably been to about 600 of those. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, but when I get a chance to hear him speak from the heart, it just re-energizes me, and I'm just glad to be a part of this. So, go Ken Lanci.
And now to bring it home. In the home stretch of the campaign, we're going to be doing even more, being even more active. We've got a great volunteer corps that's going out and spreading the message, but the key is the messenger himself, Ken Lanci. And this man's been working 60, 80 hours every week to get the message out, and it's working.
Seize the moment! Thank you!
Name recognition. I think we got it.
What's next?
Petitions.
Oh, yay. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
Well, I work in the manufacturing industry, do consulting and project management for companies who are looking to improve their processes. So I had firsthand experience working with a company who was struggling to stay afloat and stay profitable. And when you have, politicians basically who seem more concerned with lining their pockets than taking care of these issues, it kind of takes your hope away. I feel both parties have let me down. Getting somebody truly independent is important, someone who's not going to toe anybody's party line.
Jim and I have talked, and we like Ken. We like that he doesn't want to take the money for this job, his whole attitude, and we've decided that we would like to throw our support his way.
Yeah, after watching the show, we can see that he's not beholden to any political party or anything like that. He's working on a set of values, and that's something that we can support.
We need your help now. Show your support to the Ken Lanci campaign and help us finish the job we started last November.
Seize the moment.
I'm independent Ken Lanci, and I will not stand by and watch jobs leave Cuyahoga County. You deserve better.
More jobs, fair property taxes, better services, honest government. Jobs in progress. Ken Lanci, independent for county executive.
Petitions. Well, we filed them last Thursday. That was quite a relief. We started circulating petitions we really started circulating on election day in May in the primary election. And we got out there and hit it really hard all summer, and we filed 7,700 petitions on Thursday.
Are these the ones from today?
No, these are the ones from today.
Oh,
These are
okay.
unchecked. We have 331 additional signatures that we're going to submit.
Excellent.
So we've submitted a total of 471 petitions with 7,700.
That's what I thought.
So these go with this. I'm just.
Happy days. You're here again.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. So, looks like we have some of our petitions. What's the word?
All of them.
This is the verdict for the Board of Elections?
Yes.
Unofficial?
Actually, it is unofficial until we actually file.
Okay.
We submitted 7,370 petitions for pre-check. We got back 5,215 good signatures, valid signatures.
Very good.
And we have another 331 signatures to submit when we go file.
Okay, so that brings our total to?
About 7,700 total signatures.
Terrific.
I know this is kind of cheesy, but I'm excited, and I want to know how you feel as being one of the first viable independent candidates about to file.
Ever.
History.
Ever.
Making history.
Ever. Well, I'm pleased. I mean, I'm excited as I get. It's that little duck on top with the feet down the bottom. So, I'm very excited about it, and I'm happy that the people have decided to move forward on reform. I mean, these were very enthusiastic people that we met. Hopefully this equates to 7,000 votes, and and we're on our way. The job was started in November. We've continued it. We're kind of rounding second now and heading home. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited.